brains, motors, that's the code.
Frame strong, can't break that bill.
Frames, brains, motors, that's the code.
Frames, brains, 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 brains. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code.
Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, brains, motors, that's the code.
Yeah.
Frames, brains,
Motors, that's the code.
Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames,
Yeah.
frames, brains, brains, brains. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code.
Frames, brains, motors.
Yeah. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code.
Yeah.
Frames, Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, motors.
Frames, brains,
Yeah. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code.
Yeah.
Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, brains, motors, that's the
Frames, motors, that's the code.
Yeah. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames,
Yeah. Frames, motors. Yeah. Frames, yeah.
Frames, motors, that's the code.
Yeah.
Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames,
Yeah.
frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames,
Yeah.
Frames, motors. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, yeah. Frames, motors, that's the code. 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 Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Motors, that's the code. Frames, motors, that's the code. Built from the ground, that's how we grow. High performance, I decided the mold. God gave the gift, not watch it show. If the piece gotta play its role, from the structure down to the soul. Formula 1, Canine, sweet, don't fold. Frames, brains, motors, that's the code. Frames, code. Frames, motors, that's the 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 code.
Good Thursday night, world, and welcome to another episode of Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach 3I, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That is me. He is I, and I am him, and him. Yeah. Big salute to my brethren in pole position. Formula One Canines ready with that pole position. Big salute to my brother in 416 Canines in that second place. And big salute to my brother Cooper with that third place, man. Big salute to all my brothers on the podium, man. You already know how I feel about that 1, 2, and number 3, man. 1, 2, and 3, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and the 3 points to a pyramid. That's right. Big salute to all of you. Big salute to my other brother, and Tony has done it again, Mr. It Feels Good. My brother, Tony in the building, man. Big salute to my brother, and Tony, man. Who else we got up here in the front row? Early bird special, man. We got my brother Rogue Wolf Project. My brother Rogue Wolf Project in the building. Big salute to you, my brother, and man. Who else do we got up here in the front row? Early bird special, man. Early bird special in the front row. Who else we got? Oh, yes, sir. We got my brother Bill, also known as Blue Line Terriers in the building. My brother Bill, aka Blue Line Terriers. Big salute to you, Bill. Much love and respect to you, my brethren, man. Who else we got up in here, man, in the front rees? Oh, yes, we got my brother Matt's Triassics Exotics in the building. We got my brother and Matt's Triassics Exotics in the building, man. Big salute to my brethren. That's right. Who else we got up here in the front row? Early bird special. Who else do we got up in the front row? Oh, yes, we got my brother Formula One Canines Cali in the building, man. My brother in Formula One Canines Cali in the building. That's right, man. You guys get a, you know what I mean? Y'all get up here, get y'all seats, man. Y'all get y'all seats, man. Let's get ready to go. You know, let's get comfortable. Let's get all settled in. You know, we got a superior class like all of our classes. If you guys haven't had a chance, you new guys, or you know, any of you guys that haven't been, you know, been back and went to go binge watch, man, go back to fucking Band Dog Talk 1, episode 1, and just, you know, put your headphones on and just zone out on the information, man. You know, just zone out on the info, man. We got a lot of great information for you to tune into, for you to tap into, for you to learn from. And being that we are a pioneer of high performance working dogs, we are a pioneer of this type level classroom setting, you know, for the engineers. I mean, shit, man, you will love all the replays, man. A lot of great subject matter that you can freaking binge watch, binge listen, and learn from. That's right. That is fucking right. All right. So without further ado, man, let's get prepared, y'all, man. Get your backwoods, paper planes, Swisher Sweets, your edibles, okay, your gars, okay. However you partake in your herbal sensation, make sure it's premium though. You know what I mean? Make sure say the premium for Thursday nights, man. If you can, you know, get that bitch ready to go. All right. Roll it up. Have it already rolled up. If you got it rolled up, all right, pack it ball, whatever, man. Just sit it on the table, man. Sit it in the ashtray, hold it in your fingertips, whatever you're gonna do. Just hold it. Don't smoke it yet. Don't light it yet. Don't smoke it yet. Okay. We're gonna partake in that when we say cheers. All right. Get that bitch ready to go. All right. If you like to take some hops, aka beer, all right. You guys don't know what hops is, but by now I'm sure you guys do. All right. Get your light hops or your dark hops, designer hops, organic hops, you know, all these different type of hops. You can have flavored hops. All right. Get them bitches ready to go. And if you like it stronger, then get your more liquor hops out. Okay. Make sure it's nice and cold. Okay. If you got a mug, take it out of the freezer. All right. Make sure that bitch is Frosty the Snowman. Get that motherfucker ready to go. Okay. But don't partake in it until we say cheers. Okay. And if you like it a little bit stronger than that, man, you want it a little harder. We call it the hard liquor. Man, so many variances to the hard liquor as well. You want your light liquor or your dark liquor. Okay. If you want to sip on it or take a shot. Okay. Take it straight out the bottle. However you want to partake in it, get that bitch ready to freaking go. And if you like to make a concoction out of it, you like to mix something with it, like I do, man, get your concoction ready to go. Do not partake in it until I say cheers, okay? Because, you know, I already got mine on deck, ready to go. I keep it simple because life is so hard as it is. Oh, my God, it's so hard when the pressure's under, you know, the pressure's on you, not under you, it's on you. Okay, when the pressure is on you, man, it's so hard. So when you can find ways to keep life simple, you try to do it, man. You try to do it as much as possible, even though when you live a hard life, it's going to be hard, right? So you know what the coach do when he keeps it simple, man, with his alcoholic beverage. I got my vodka, lemonade, all right, men. So like I said, we're going to continue this tradition. We're going to do cheers after we partake in it. The cheers is just to solidify it. Once we take the three, we solidify it. It's like almost saying amen after prayer. You say your prayer and then you say amen. All right. So we're going to take our hits and our sips. Okay. And then we're going to cheers it like it's an amen. Okay. That's how we're going to operate our cheers. All right. So we're going to do it 3 times to root it up. All right, men. So y'all got y'all sticks, light them sticks up. Light them up, light them up, light them up. All right. Let your bongs up, whatever you got to do. Light them up. All right, man. Get that bitch ready to go. Okay. Ready. All right. 1. Let's go. 1. Here we go. All right. Get y'all shots poured. Whatever y'all got to do, man. Go to, man. I mean, shit. Y'all should already have 3 set up. Y'all taking shots. Okay. Take it out the bottle, man. Let's get that shit ready to go. All right. You got y'all beer ready to go. Come on. All right. Here we go. 2. Let's go. Oh, yeah. That's so good after a hard week of work, man. So good to just go ahead and calm the nerves, man. All right. Hey, let's solidify it, man. Let's root it up, man. All right, here we go. On the third one, on the root number, on the third one. Here we go. 3. Let's do it. Ha ha ha. Ah. Whew, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. Cheers, men. Cheers, men. Cheers, men. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up for another Thursday night class. A class again like no other. This is for all of us high performance working dog nerds. We are in this setting, the Lockheed Martin, the Skunk Works, the SpaceX, of high performance working dogs, man. This is where the nerds come and we create, you know what I'm saying? We're masterminds over here. You know, we think outside the box to create the circle over here. All right. So if you're that type of a dog man or dog woman, I mean, you're in the right place. All right. You just got to be able to handle a high level of balanced masculinity over here. Okay. It can get kind of harsh. It can get kind of aggressive over here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very I mean, it's not too militant, because you know we got some chill to us as well, man. But you know, it's very structured over here, and we don't like no BS, and we don't like no bitch assness and stuff like that. You know, we really want to stand on man principles over here. All right. And you do have an old school type coach over here coaching the class. All right. I'm not your professor. I'm not your teacher, but I am coaching what I do. Okay. Things that we're talking about, excuse me, in this class, I do. All right. So I can say I have a somewhat of a level of expertise in the things that we talk about, because I do these type of things that we talk about, because I consider myself a high performance working dog man engineer. All right. So again, big salute to all of you guys trickling in. Big salute to all of you trickling into the middle, finding your seats in the class. And we also give you guys in the back your salutes as well, because you know you still come. You still come, even though you're in the back. So, you know, welcome, 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 welcome. All right. And yeah, man, let me go ahead and do what I do best in the beginning. I like to go ahead and debrief, which is just more of just telling y'all about my week. You know what I mean? Because, you know, shit is day to day, man. It's day by day by day by day. And it's always something different, even though, you know, life, when you're on the treadmill of life, it's like a routine. But you know, the variances of life brings different, you know, scenarios, right? Even though you're on your treadmill, same, you know, get up at a certain time, do certain tasks, but life, you know, is unpredictable, those variances, and then you got to deal with the variances, right? So, of course, you know, I like to you know, start off with my debriefing and just kind of let y'all into my world a little bit. So again, we're gonna start off with the glory to God. God is great. You know what I'm saying? God is good all the time. Give him his praise and his honor and his glory, first and foremost. However, yeah, man. Oh, man. When the heat is on, man. You know what I mean? When you're the one that got to hit the maximum shot, you know what I'm saying? The ball goes to you and you got to score. Oh, my God. The pressure, man. Shout out to the ETs, man. Damn it, man. We did that pressure 1 week, man. Shoot, UMG, man, they flagged us and took that damn live down, man. We had that ET on there, the pressure, man. Sheesh, man. That was a good one, too. That was a good ET. But anyway, when you are the one, right, that has to score and everything is relying on you to score, you know, the pressure is just at a maximum level. And I'm at that point. You know, I've always been on that level, but, you know, more so now than ever because of where I'm trying to be at. You know, the righting of the wrong that, you know, I've, let's say, detoured at one point. I detoured I took a detour and then had to, you know, I went left instead of going right. And sometimes you do that when you're not tuned in, your navigational system's off. And at one point in my life, I would say, I mean, I didn't think it was off, but as I assessed my game tape, yeah, it was off. You know what I'm saying? My priorities wasn't in the right place at that particular time. which of course threw me off and made me go left, right? Where before I'm supposed to go straight, you know what I'm saying? But now since I went left, I got to go right to go straight, right? I got to go right to go back straight. And so that's the path I'm on now. This is that right turn. It's that right turn, right? So, this week, still climbing up the mountain. Like I told y'all before, the door is open and I'm there, in the door. But that door is the mountain, it's the mountain that I'm trying to climb, the tip of the spear. And, definitely there's a lot of pressure on me mentally, a whole lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Spiritually, I'm trying my best to keep myself centered spiritually, definitely in tune with controlling my Whitney, because, everything's got to be right. There's no wrongs anymore. If there's a wrong, it has to be a quick correction, right? Because nobody's perfect, right? It's got to be a quick correction. But at the same time, I'm aware of the things that I need to do, and I'm being very optimistic about the things I got to do, and I'm putting in the work to do them. So yes, crunch time, and the ball's in my court, and of course I'm the star player, and the ball's coming to me. When we got to score, crunch time, clutch is coming to me. So the times I've been practicing that shit in the gym, right? The times I've been studying my playbook, right? Times I be in practice, times, when God allows me to have scrimmages of life, it's going to prepare me for when it's game time and, the ball's coming to me, you know what I'm saying? So the pressure is there, men, and it's even more so now because I'm right there at the tip of the spear, and I'm like climbing it, and I'm there though, right? It's like, oh, here's the tip. God, here, you're here, right? You asked for it, you're here. Now climb it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, the heat is on. The heat is on. And I know I'm getting the ball because I'm there. So just, mentally conditioning myself to just accept the fact that, you him, and you gotta carry the cross, and you're gonna have to make it to the top. And there's no excuses. There's no excuses. You can't have an excuse, but this and that. But there's none of that. None of that can play, in the realm that you're in right now. You know what I'm saying? It has to be what it is, or you don't belong. Like, you don't belong at the tip of your spear if it's not what it is. If you can't get the answers right, if you can't do the job correct, you don't belong here. You know what I mean? And it's okay. If you don't belong there, it's okay. Accept your fate. Accept your failure. But see, I can't accept that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a failure. So I can't accept it. You know what I mean? And God knows that's me, right? God knows that's me, right? He wouldn't even give me an opportunity to be at the tip if he knew that wasn't me, because he knew I wouldn't be able to handle it mentally, emotionally, or physically. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you guys know that, just going through it, doing everything possible to achieve the tip of my spear as a man. Oh my God, it's hard. Oh my goodness, it's so hard. But you know what? In prayer every day, and and I'm putting in the work, y'all. So God is good. The dogs are doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like I just told all the dogs before, just be patient. You know what I'm saying? Give me till 2027. You know what I'm saying? To do everything that I need to do to put you guys in a situation where, I can put you guys back more on a focal point like I used to have them, and, put them in a situation where, it's going to be even better than what it was, how I did have them, which, my dogs lived a good life on the hill. But I plan to, have something even greater for them by 2027, God willing, you know what I'm saying? So salute to the dogs. I was thinking about a couple things. Like I said, I like to watch a lot of game tape of others. And, I have some peers that I know, and, I watch everybody's tapes because I'm just a student of the game of life. You know what I mean? That's why I'm as sharp as I am. I'm not perfect in the field, man, but I'm very good at the X's and O's. I'm very good at execution. I'm very good at practice. I'm very good in the game. And it's because, I have a lot of scenarios and situations that I watch from others. I learn from others a lot. Of course, and I learn from myself in the field, right? That's where I get the best lessons for me in the field from learning from others, right? Watching tape, studying, etc. So, I've been, I stay watching my peers. Most of them probably don't even think I watch them, but I do. This had nothing to do with you guys, but this is just men in my life over the years, and I watch them all. They probably don't even know it, but I do, because that's just me. I'm just a student of the shit. You know what I mean? So, this is something that's nothing new under the sun, and it's nothing new that I've even thought about. I've always thought about this, but it just kind of rang again because I'm watching, my peers, some of my peers game tape, their game tape of their life. That's what I mean by the game of life, you guys. Okay. Game of life. When I say game tape, game of life. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. And game of you being a man in the game of life. Right. So I'm watching, some of my peers tape, and, I see the agenda of like them pushing leadership and like, directing their like leadership towards others and wanting to help them lead or help, or want to be a leader of them or men and this and that or whatever they're trying to lead. I see this, right? And me understanding what that position really is, right? What it looks like, what it entails, right? Leadership, right? When I hear and I see men pushing this leadership thing, and but then what I like to do is, okay, now me as a leader, I was a great follower before I even knew I was a leader. Okay. I always had leadership qualities, but I never came into the game of manhood trying to lead men. I came in the game of manhood trying to learn from men. That's what I did, me. Okay. However, when I'm watching other men's tape, I see them pushing leaderships and trying to lead men, but at the same time, they're not under no leadership of their own, right? So I think to myself, like, who did you come under that you learned from and you got your leadership skills? How many people tutored you as a student, as a follower, and you learned from them, acquired skill from other earned leaders, right? And then you were promoted. And I like to relate this to the military. I probably would have been a general in the military, honestly. If it wasn't for how I was raised, because I was raised by a military man, and I had a lot of I kind of told y'all about that a little bit. Had a lot of like anger with how I was being how the authority, his authority, my father's authority was pushed on me, and he was a military man. It just turned me off, because I was always intrigued by the military. Had the GI Joes. Y'all remember GI Joe? You know what I'm saying? Y'all around my age. You know what I'm saying? In my 40s, by the way, y'all. So y'all know that, but some of y'all might not know. Okay, so we had GI Joe. We used to play with the army men and shit like that. We used to play guns outside. All of us probably, we used to play outside. Kids don't play outside. We used to play army outside. I mean, remember all that shit, man. Okay, I was that. So, but I like to, just relate it to like the chain of command with the military, right? You start out at a level. If you go to college, you can get into officer school. You start, go to college, you go, straight enlisted, right? And then there's levels, and then you got to get promoted, right? So you got to follow instructions, be a good, whatever position you are, and then you take a test, and then they grade you, and then you get promoted, and then same thing, boom. But see, in the world that we live in outside of the military, you could be whatever the fuck you want. And with the term leader, right? That term leader, is a status thing, especially for men. So they like to put that on themselves, a leader. So, me going through the training, through the training. I've been through the training camps and all the tests to earn my level of leadership in life. I earned it. Okay. And I remember a time where I had an opportunity, to run a whole crew of men when I was selling cars. And I had a crew of like 8. And my paycheck was based off of my crew. And at first, because of the status of the position, manager, right? I wanted it so bad, right? Because I'm a manager. There's the prestige of being a manager. Okay. All right, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. This is me. I'm telling y'all, this is me. But this is when I was a young man. Okay, 21 gunner, managing a crew of 8 men. Man, I'm gonna tell you all this. I did that shit for probably like a year. I didn't want to do it no more. And the reason why, right? And the reason why is because my money depended on my crew of 8. And if you ain't doing your shit right, and you ain't doing your shit right, and you ain't doing your shit right, that's messing up my bread. That's messing up my bread, right? Okay. So I knew the burden of having a so-called team of people under you that you had to manage to achieve a goal, whatever that might be. I learned the burden of that early bird, right? Minus the prestige of the position, the name. So as I'm looking at my peers, in 2026, and some, they pushing this shit, this leadership talk. I'm just like, man, like, it sounds good that, you are this and you are that. But in reality, when I watch the game tape, I don't see the fruits of your leadership in any of the men that you so-called lead. Matter of fact, I don't even see the men that you lead. First and foremost, I don't even see them, but I don't even see the fruits of your leadership as a leader in even the individuals, right? I don't even see that in that person. So it just brought me back, right, in time where when I used to manage men and I ran a whole mortgage. I was a branch manager of a whole mortgage company. So I ran a mortgage company, and then I had managers in them. I had employees. We had the staff. I ran a whole mortgage company. Okay. I ran, big conglomerate street shit. Ran it. Okay. Different states. Ran it. Okay. Top. I'm coach, life coach of my peers, right? This is like leadership shit that it's a heavy burden. It's a heavy burden. Heavy. Because all the wins and the losses, more losses than wins when you're dealing with people, is all on you at the end of the day. So when I'm hearing this and I'm watching people's games, I'm just like, man, it's just anybody can be whatever the fuck they want without even being qualified. It's like it sounds good that you a leader. Sounds good that you want to be a leader. Sounds good you want to help other leaders. It sounds good, all this leadership. But I don't see that even in you. I don't see that in you. What you offering and what you doing for other men, I don't even see it in you. And see, that's the backwards thing that I've been noticed ever since I've got into the man world. When I was 19, I became a young man, and I'm in the man world with all different ages of men. I done seen the backwardness of men, right? It's all status that's not earned. It's all names that don't belong and titles that don't belong on men. They give themselves self-titled and you don't even qualify for the shit you say that you are. Because there's actually people who's watching you and seeing, and they got their little clipboard out like me. I'm watching, I'm like, oh, you this? Okay, well, shit, man. I like to learn from them type of people. Anything that you are that I'm not, I want to learn from you. So I'm going to watch and see if I can learn. And then if you show me that, then I'm going to come up to you and be like, hey, man, I'm going to give you props. We're going to link up, you know what I'm saying? Because my spirit is righteous. So we're going to link up. Like, oh, man, you cool, coach. Yeah, I know I'm cool. You cool too, man. I like what you're doing. So I'm going to butter you up on that shit because I'm really intrigued by you. And then I'm going to follow because I want to learn. I want to learn who you are so that I can apply who you are to me because that's how we're supposed to do as men, right? You're supposed to follow before you lead, okay? Follow before you lead. Be a great follower. Be a great one so that you can instill that in the people who follow you once you become a leader. But you know what? It's always been that way, man. What I've always observed is that these people be self-proclaiming themselves as something that they're not. And the leader thing, because it's so prestigious, men like to throw that around, right? They throw that around. And I'm just like, man, oh, man, oh, man. If you really had the responsibility of a true leader, you would probably not want it. You would probably not want it because of the responsibility and the heavy burden of all these people that are under your leadership, that if they do wrong, guess who it falls on at the end of the day? You. You see it in sports all the time, right? Coaches get hired, they're obviously qualified, and their team don't do something because somebody on the team ain't meshing, and guess what? The coach get fired. Right? The coach get fired before the player gets fucking fired. That's how, because, shit, we got to get another coach, man. Obviously, he's not a good leader. Right? Military, same way, right? It's all about marriage and what you do. But in today's world of social media, and you could be anything that you fucking want, everybody want to throw this title, this leadership title around, but they're not qualified, man. So I just, I was watching tape and that shit is like, man, oh, man, oh, man. Why do men want to throw around these titles when damn well they would not? If they was in a real environment where there are people in high places looking at your performance, that you wouldn't qualify for that level of leadership that you are proclaiming. All right. So anyway, that's a little something I just wanted to, put out there to y'all. You know what I mean? Like, don't be so anxious to be a leader of anything. First learn how to lead your own life and take, lead yourself first. You know what I mean? Be a good steward at yourself. Okay. But it's hard enough, right? I'm over here trying to lead myself to the tip of my spear, and it's hard as fuck. Okay. But see, I can check myself. See, I could check you as someone who might be under my leadership, and then you still might not do what the fuck I checked you on. And then it affects me and you. See how that works, men? See how that works when you got others who have free will and you are responsible and they still choose to do what the fuck they want to do and fuck the whole squad up? See how that works? Versus you, where if you know better and you fucked up, then you say, you know what, I don't want to fuck up no more. And then you don't. Then you don't. Where somebody, you might have told them 10, 12, 13, 15 times until, hey, man, I got to cut you off the squad, man. I've got to cut you loose. I mean, we don't mesh. You're not following instructions, right? Right. And a lot of men today don't know how to follow instructions. They don't have none. Like they just don't have no level of understanding that, I need to learn. I need to follow instructions and do the things that someone in a position of authority is telling me. And that's not because, who are you to tell me? No, it's supposed to be like, hey, I want to learn. Hey, I could get better at this, right? I can get better at this, right? I see what you're doing. I can add what you're doing to my repertoire. You know what I mean? As a man, I can add what you're doing because I don't have what you got. I don't have that mental prowess that you have. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that skill that you have. So I have my skill and I can add. See, that should be the mentality of us men. It's my mentality, but that should be the mentality of men, but that's not today. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know what I mean? Just to pay attention to what I'm debriefing to y'all. Okay. I hope y'all pay attention to the debriefing. All right. I want to give a shout out to Brother Joe. He had a show recently with Mr. Morales, and they were talking about, I guess, purebred dogs and stuff like that. I mean, not a new topic. So it's a topic that's been around for a while, you guys. And Brother Joe mentioned my name. You know, shout out to Joe, and also shout out to Mr. Morales too. But you know, he mentioned my name, and he was saying about Coach, doesn't want to sell his dogs to the consumers. You know, his goal is to sell his dogs to the military. And Mr. Morales, of course he's going to say what he's going to say. Oh, he can't do that. He can't do that. He's got to do this and that, whatever. Right? It was very brief, but I just want to say something to you, Mr. Morales, just with respect. And I got a lot of respect for my elders, and I got respect for you, Mr. Morales. So ain't no, you can say what you want to say. But my advice to you, Mr. Morales, is you do what you do, which is you do presses and you do inbreeding and line breeding, and that's it, right? That's all you do. We never mixed bred a dog, never had mixed breeds. Or maybe you had mixed breeds, but you never did any mixed breed. All you do is inbreed and line breed. Your program is mimicked off of gang dog breeding. Okay, that's what you do. And if that's what you do, that's what you do. Now, for you to look, I guess, I don't know how I would say it. For you to look like an expert in a field, you should just stick to your field. Like, don't intertwine what you understand into the things that you don't understand, right? When we talk about genetics and stuff like that, and we talk about everything that plays with genetics and stuff like that, we've talked about hybrid vigor. We did a show. I know you guys can remember this. We did a show on the different levels of hybrid vigor. Mr. Morales, I would, suggest that you go watch our class. See, the classes that we do is what we do. You know what I'm saying? The classes of what we taught is what we do. So we broke down the levels of hybrid vigor for people who don't understand hybrid vigor. We broke down all the levels of the shit very thoroughly. And I would suggest that you, Mr. Morales, go to our class and take a lesson on hybrid vigor, because obviously you've never witnessed hybrid vigor on your yard, because all you do is inbreed and live breed. So there will be no such thing as hybrid vigor ever on your yard. Matter of fact, there'll be a lot of genetic depression on your yard. Maybe you don't know anything about that, but we did a class on that as well, Mr. Morales. So, all I would say to you, sir, is just some advice, is just stay in your lane, sir. Just stay in your lane. Just talk about inbreeding and line breeding. That's it. Don't downplay anything else. Don't talk like dogs are like lions. They're not lions. Dogs are dogs. Okay. Breeds are made by man. Every breed is a dog. Lion is a lion. Man did not make a lion, Mr. Morales. Man made dogs. Okay. Man didn't make the wolf, Mr. Morales. Okay. So God's law is nature's law. That's God's law. Okay. Man made the dogs that we own and love today by crossbreeding. That's how we got all these different variances, Mr. Morales, from crossbreeding until they found the trace, and they just inbred, line bred, until they hit a wall called genetic depression. Then when you hit that wall, then you got to do something different, right? We know that, but Mr. Morales, you don't know that, sir. So just my advice to you, stay in your lane. You're better off just staying there. Then when you start talking about genetics and you start talking about breeding techniques and this, that, you don't sound intelligent enough to talk on that subject matter, okay? Because we We over here, we respect every aspect of the breeding cycle, or the breeding process, or the breeding techniques. We say everything plays, from inbreeding and line breeding to outcrosses, the crossbreeding. Everything plays for a reason. We understand that, and we don't downplay not one of them. We already know that you got to do everything in balance to create synergy or harmony in your genetic pool. And there's always a reason why you inbreed. There's always a reason why you line breed. There's always a reason why you outcross. There's always a reason why you crossbreed. Okay? Always a reason. And we understand that. Now, when you mentioned also, Mr. Morales, that, oh no, he's not gonna be able to do that. Well, see, Mr. Morales, you don't know me, Mr. Morales. That's why I say, when you speak on other men like you know them, that doesn't look good on you, because you don't know who I know, Mr. Morales. You don't know the level of my drive, Mr. Morales. You talk about how you got to prove. You don't know what my dogs can do, Mr. Morales, in my DNA, because you're not on my yard. I don't got to show you AK in a goddamn fucking army, fucking military unit, fucking biting an op for me to know that my genetics can create a dog that could be in an army unit and could bite an op, or can hunt or do whatever. See, that's where me and you are different, Mr. Morales. Is I'm not going to speak on you as if I know you. I would never say, oh, you can't do that, right? Because that sounds like you emotionally tied to somebody that you don't know. So, just to correct you, Mr. Morales, when I say I'm going to put my dogs in something, whatever I'm going to say, I do what I say. And I got the connections, and I got the genetics, and I'm going to have more genetics. And I don't have to prove anything to you or anybody else. All I got to do is do it for me and the squad, and that's it. But I would never speak upon you and say, oh, you can't, oh, you won't, because then that'll be me hating on you. Why am I going to be hating on another man? But I don't know. Okay, so I say this out of love, Mr. Morales. Hopefully you're paying attention, all right? Okay, and one more thing. I remember I did that show on Mutts Mongrels, right? And I had that video of the gentleman who was buying dogs for the military. And I think I watched one of your lives where you used that video, and you was even trying to downplay the guy, right? After I proved to you and everybody who watched that show that, the military was making them boys over there in Europe back in the 80s, make the Malawas bigger because they was too small. So they was crossing them. And the gentleman said it out of his own mouth. They was crossing them with all kind of dogs, Mastiffs and Greyhounds, all just to get them the size on them. And then he said the breeders over there were like mad scientists. I mean, we watched the video, and I seen you watch the video to try to debunk I don't know, how could you debunk a man like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, a man has bought dogs for the military. Not only that, that's a man that I'm going to, when it's time, there's a few different trainers I'm going to go to. He's one of them that I follow, okay, that I respect. You know why I respect him and follow him, Mr. Morales? Because he do what I want to do. He don't do the breeding, but he knows that he went over there and bought dogs for the military. He know that the breeders was doing all the things that I'm doing. Not only does he do that, okay, he has a 600-acre estate that he trains military and police dogs on. That's what he does for a living, man. He got all the different scenarios, the helicopter shit, the shooting shit. He got all the shit. I'm going to be going over there to get my dogs trained, Mr. Morales, when it's time. And I got other connections too, Mr. Morales. So when you say, oh, he can't do that, see how ignorant you sound when I correct you? Let you know that I can do what the fuck I say I'm going to do, Mr. Morales. Because I got the connections. I got a colonel, Mr. Morales. Do you know a colonel? No, I'm sure you don't. I got a colonel who did contracts, told me that he was going to line me up. When I'm ready, he'll help me get my contract to where I need to get to. See? So when you say stuff like that, that's not a good look for you, sir. So my advice to you again, out of love, man, just stay in your lane, Mr. Morales. Just stay doing presses and breed them like you breed pit bulls. And that's it. Just speak on that. But don't downplay people who's above your mental intelligence when it comes to these dogs, man. We above you. We're not in a box. We engineers. We make the dog. We're the ones that made the presser. What I mean by we is the spirit. The dog that you got, the different breeds that created the presser that you breeding and just inbreeding, line breeding, we're them. We're not you. All right. So I'm saying out of love and respect, man. Much love and respect. So that's all I got to say to Mr. Morales. But great show. You know what I mean? Shout out to Joe. And it's all good, man. You know what I mean? Just, man, hey, men, don't speak on other men. Okay? Don't speak directly on other men. All right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Just stay in your lane, men. Right? Don't be trying to be running. Don't be rushing to be a fucking leader. If you can't lead your damn self, who the fuck you gonna lead? Where you gonna lead them to? Destruction? If they stupid enough to follow your ass, man, worry about leading yourself. Why don't you reach the heights of your life first before you try to help somebody else? Okay, y'all got this shit backwards. You know what I mean? All this status and everybody want to be an expert. Stay in y'all's lane, man. Stay in your lane. Be humble. You know what I'm saying? And put your work in, man. Bust your ass to do what you got to do. All right? Stay in your lane. Don't act like you know every fucking thing. But other than that, I digress. I digress off my debriefing. Solid week. You know what I mean? Still putting that work. Still trying to climb the mountain. Still trying to climb the mountaintop. That's right. So let me do this. Okay. Y'all see that ticker right there? Let me share my screen. Okay. Support the movement by purchasing my Formula One Canines gear at formula1caninesgear.printful.me. Again, at Formula One caninesgear.printful.me. That's right. All right. And as I share my screen right here, we're going to blow it up right there like that. Ba-da-da-bow, pity-ping. Okay. Man, go shop at the store, man. Go shop at the store, man. Get you a hat. Got plenty of hats. Formula One caninesgear.printful.me. That's Formula One caninesgear.printful.me. Go get you a damn hat. Plenty of damn hats for you guys to look at and purchase. Get you a shirt. We got all different variants of shirts, sweaters, hoodies. We got them, man. We got them for you, man. Go ahead and support the coach if you can, man. Put some money in the offering plate. Big salute to all of you brothers who have purchased the merch. You know what I mean? The Reddies, the Verdes, the Callies, the Coopers, the Rock Solids, Joe, all of you guys who supported the coach, man, and went to the store and bought some merch, man. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, go ahead and support the coach. And go ahead and copy something, man. You know what I mean? Plenty of good stuff to buy. The pinnacle of high performance dogs, Formula One Canines. And now we got the gear, okay? Where you can go and support the coach. That's right. Formula One Canines gear.printful.me. Again, that's Formula One Canines gear.printful.me. All right. Thank you very much. Now let me go ahead and digress my screen here. All right. Let me remove that off here. All right. Now, without further ado, okay? Without further ado, we're going to give you an opportunity, you men who have very soft ways and just not really strong and mentally, and you're not really strong spiritually. You might be strong physically, but your mental and your physical and your spiritual is off. It's leaning hard to the left on that feminine side, man, where you're just so emotional about things, and you're just so reactive, you're so combative, you're so jealous, you're so envious. You want to talk about other men. You know what I mean? Those things you need to stop. You know what I mean? You need to stop that. You need to be an example. All right. It starts with you first. All right. It starts with you. But you know what? Sometimes we're not in situations where there's men that actually tell you about yourself. Well, you are here tonight. And if you're here and you're on that feminine ass shit, that bitch made ass shit, well, we're going to give you an opportunity to come to the altar, man. want you to come to the altar, and we want to help you. We want to help you. We want to lay hands on you, and we want to get that spirit up out of you, man. So please come up to the front, all right? Come up to the front of the altar if you want to exercise that bitch-made ass spirit out of you. You want to be a real upright, righteous man, all right? Really stand on principles, really do the right thing like Spike Lee. Come to this altar and get this motherfucking slaying God.
E.T. phone home, yeah. E.T. phone home, yeah. Talking E.T. phone home, yeah. Tuning T-E-T-T-E-T-E-T-T. Yeah. Woo. E.T. poppin'. Yeah. E.T. phone home poppin'. Yeah. Bitch niggas ain't poppin'. But this E.T. phone home is poppin'. Yeah. Bitch niggas listen. I'm tired of your fucking feminine listen. Yes. Why you wishing upon a star? Look at your bitch made ass shit. We don't like the shit. It's fucking up the flow. Look at y'all fake niggas, don't you know? I can't stand this shit, it's too slow. But y'all niggas falling into it, yo. I don't get it, but I'm trying to switch it up to be the example of what to do when you a man. Look at me, I'm not flamboyant with my hand. I'm not flamboyant in my mental. I'm fucking strong, yeah. Really, look at me, oh my god, you look so silly when you're over there looking so soft like a lily. Sniffy, you smell sweet. Look at over there, you ain't got meat. Matter of fact, boy, you pretty neat. Pretty soft, really bitty, diggy, real petite, real subtle. But a man don't what? No, a man don't want that shit. We don't want that fake shit. We don't want that feminine it. Nope. We like the real. Simp niggas, you know the deal. You so soft, Microsoft. You so soft, pussy soft. Pussy lips. Yeah, these bitches want dicks, pussy lips. Look at these bitches, they want dicks and pussy lips. Yeah, this shit is flipped, look it. Girls with dicks and niggas with pussy lips. So fucking sad. Oh my God, I prayed to my Lord. Yes, that's my dad. I say, Lord, are we gonna be extinct? He says, T, what do you think? I'm like, shit. Devil, please quit. I'm gonna stand beside it, yep. I'ma rep the real man with my dick in my hand. Bend them over, show them the plan. Yeah, that girl be like, I thought you know niggas was gone. While she's moaning with my fingers in the she be like, oh God, yes, what? Yeah, you simp niggas fell. Instead of you getting head, you giving. You over there eating that puss. Look at that girl, she squeezing on you, yeah, she squeeze on your gush. Yeah, she be busting on your gush. But she busts in your face, what a disgrace. Switch it up, yeah, you a disgrace. Hey.
Yeah. Come here, nigga. I see you over there hiding behind that bitch. I see you over there acting like a snitch. See you over there behind them closed doors, acting like a fucking whore. Come here, nigga. Yeah. Come here. Yeah, bring your bitch too. Yeah. Ha, man, I'm sick and fucking tired, man. The Lord said stand up and be a fucking giant, man. God damn it, is this fucking it? Me and the coach and god damn it, prime it. Man, we gonna do this shit. Put all this time in the classroom and shit. Learn from my failures, cause that's how we get it. Thank the Lord for the spirit we winning. Thank the Lord for the bands we got them. Thank the Lord for the sins we threw them. Thank the Lord for being born again. Make these other niggas look like women. Got no time though. The Lord is on my mind, bro. So I'm moving so slow. Got this in control, don't you get it? I'ma be a nigga down here, I ain't gonna do shit. When the Lord moves, I'm just gonna be a broom and sweep these bitch ass niggas off they fucking path. Cause y'all math is all wrong. Got y'all wearing dresses in the spirit and I can see that shit all along. So I'm gonna keep moving on my goddamn path. Got the Lord in my motherfucking class. And he at the chalkboard, it's the coach. He said, look here, I'm like Freddie Roach. I teach you what I've done. Understand, be a man, be a son of the Most High. Look at the fruit from your tree. If it's rotten, nigga, put yourself in the mirror and be guilty. Fall on your face, live in disgrace. Tell your whole bitch you replaced. If you can't get down with my mind, bitch, you behind. If you wanna be by my side, I don't know, it's suicide. To your old ways, tell them old hoes you gotta go to your slave. Mine. If you gonna look at this TV and whine every time a nigga tell you real shit, bitch, please, you better thank God on your knees. If a real nigga come across your path and tell you that you ain't shit, unless you fix your inside, unless you commit suicide. I say that shit all the time, cause it's that real. If you don't die and be born a guy, born again, then you're full of sin. Then you're like a bitch. Then you like a motherfucking snitch. To your damn self though, cause God knows everything, bro. So I won't catch me telling on shit. I'm too legit, do my hammer dance on your bitch's shit. Why she lick my bitch pussy, cause that's how I get down. I ain't got no time to slut my dick no more. Let the Lord hear my voice. Let him hold me to that motherfucking cross and say this is my choice. That's me. Y'all bitch ass niggas sit around and be empty. The spirit fills me up, so I'm so fucking full. If you get your cup up to me, nigga, you might get us fucking full.
Real men on 3. Real men on 3. That's right. All right, I'm gonna drop this link. Whoever's qualified, y'all already know what to do. Hit this damn link. Come on up. Come on up. On the panel. And we're gonna get ready to cook. Man, like we always do, man. So let me go ahead and paste that link on here like that. Drop the link on here like that. There. That's right. And excuse me. Come on up to the panel. Come on up. Let's pump this bitch up while we come up here. Let's go.
Salute, coach.
Yeah, salute, man. Oh man, we gonna cook tonight. You got a good one.
Oh yeah.
Man. Shit, we gonna run this intro, this little theme music until Callie get up in here. You know what I mean?
I know.
All right. Here we go. Where that boy Callie at? Callie, where you at, man? Come on up, Callie. I saw him in the chat, right? He was in the chat.
Yeah, he in there.
All right, Callie, hit that link, man. We ready for you. Let's go.
That is a sign.
shit, we got him.
Top of the class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Salute, brother.
All right, man. We in the building.
Salute ready, salute chat, salute coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, 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 man. Big Game Dog 97. Big salute to your brother. And yeah, who else I missed up in here that just came in while I was debriefing? Okay, I think everybody's still here. Okay, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to do what we do?
You already know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, ready. You need to pronounce these names, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and let them know the title of the show tonight.
The Cimarrón Uruguayo versus the Bardino Majorero.
Okay. Ooh, them names. I'm gonna slaughter the shit out of them.
Hey man, we get into these different cultures and these different origins of different parts around the world that is getting tricky with the language. I was going through that. I said, Reddy gonna have to pronounce this for me.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we playing teamwork, man. So we got the squad here, so you know what I'm saying, we can help each other out.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Big facts.
Okay. Well then shit. You know what I mean? Class, y'all get y'all notes ready. It's gonna be another great one. And man, let's go ahead and cook on this, man. Go ahead and kick us off, Reddy. Go ahead and do what you do.
All right, back. The history and creation of the Cimarrón Uruguayo. The Cimarrón Uruguayo is a tenacious molosser type dog bred by natural selection and human domestication. Emerging when abandoned dogs brought by Spanish and Portuguese conquerors adapted to the South American wilderness, they evolved into a formidable working breed, highly prized in Uruguay as a loyal guardian and hunting dog. The creation of the breed. Colonial roots. Spanish and Portuguese colonizers brought their dogs, primarily Alano, Espanol, and Molossers, to Uruguay in the 16th and 17th centuries. When these dogs were released or abandoned, they bred freely among themselves. Natural selection. Left to survive in the wild landscape, only the strongest, smartest, and most cunning dogs lived, effectively created a feral or untamed in English. Mass culling. By the end of the 18th century, these feral dogs became a serious threat to livestock and people, leading to government-sponsored culling, where bounties were paid per dog. Other names: Cimarron, Cimarron Creole, Cimarron Dog, Maroon Dog, Cerro Largo Dog, Uruguayan Guacho Dog, Perro, Cimarron, and possibly others. Domestication. Recognizing their intelligence and protective nature, ranchers and guachos, especially in the Cerro Largo and Alamar River regions, began capturing and taming the survivors, training them for estate guarding and livestock herding. History and official recognition. Military and historic heroics. The breed is so deeply woven into Uruguayan culture that national hero Jose Gervasio Artigas famously wrote, "When I run out of soldiers, I will fight with the Cimarron dogs." Today, The Cimarron is the official mascot of the National Army of Uruguay. Modern breed development. The first Cimarron was exhibited in a Uruguayan Kennel Club dog show in 1969, prompting focused breeding efforts to solidify their type. Official recognition. After nearly 20 years of dedicated documentation by breeders and fanciers, the breed was officially recognized by the Kennel Club Uruguayo in 1989. Global acceptance. The breed was formally recognized by the United Kennel Club and provisionally recognized by the FCI in 2006. Characteristics. Appearance. They are strong, compact, medium to large Malasa type dogs with well-muscled bodies, lithe agility, and pointed ears. Temperament. Highly courageous and fiercely devoted, they retain a strong, protective, and hunting drive. They require firm leadership and are not recommended for novice owners. Physical characteristics. Size and build. Strong, compact, and well-boned. Males stand 23 to 24 inches, 58 to 61 centimeters tall, and weigh 84 to 99 pounds. Some individuals crossing 100 plus pounds. Females are 21.5 to 23 inches, 55 to 58 centimeters tall, and weigh 73 to 88 pounds. Coat. Short, smooth, and dense, with an undercoat that resists moisture. Colors. Only 2 variations are acceptable. Brindle or pale yellow, fawn, often with a black mass. Head and face. Wide skull with a broad muzzle, tight-fitting lips, and intelligent, almond-shaped brown eyes. Loyal and protective. Fiercely devoted to their family and highly protective of their property. Independent and alert. They are calm but highly aware of their surroundings. They usually only bark when necessary. Reserved with strangers. They can be very wary of unfamiliar people and generally require active socialization from an early age. Working drive. Thanks to their origins, they have a high prey drive and can be difficult around very small pets without intense training. Health and care. Exercise needs. Because of their stamina and athleticism, they need rigorous, regular exercise. They excel in activities like agility, tracking, and obedience. Grooming. Their short coat is low maintenance, requiring only occasional brushing to remove dead hair and minimal grooming. Lifespan. Generally hardy and robust, living between 10 to 13 years. And that's all I got for them. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you, Reddy. Sounds like I know when we spoke, you said that these are some dogs that will be good for our, the program, to having the DNA, and as far as what you've read so far, I see why. Top of the
Facts.
Top of the night, chat. I'm doing the Bardino Majorero, working dog from the Canary Islands, from Spain's Canary Islands. So I'm gonna get started. The Bardino Majorero, officially known as the Perro Majorero, is one of Spain's oldest native working dog breeds. It originated on the island of Fuerteventura in the Spain's in the Spain's Canary Islands and has been an essential livestock guardian and herding dog for centuries. The ancient origins. The exact ancestry of the Bardino Majorero is debated, but most historians agree that its roots go back to the early settlement of Fuerteventura. There are two main theories. The breed descends from dogs brought by the island's original inhabitants, the Majos or Majoreros, a Berber people from North Africa who settled in the Canary Islands before European conquest. And the second one is later in the early 15th century, Spanish and Norman settlers introduced additional herding and livestock dogs which mixed with the local population and helped shape the modern Perro Majorero. The name Majorero comes from the people and culture of Fuerteventura, while Bardino refers to the breed's characteristics brindle striped coat. Its traditional role. For over 600 years, the Bardino Majorero served as an indispensable farm dog. It was prized for herding goats, sheep, and cattle, guarding farms and homes, protecting livestock from thieves and stray animals, and working long hours in Fuerteventura's hot, rocky, volcanic terrain. The breed developed exceptional endurance, intelligence, and independence because it often had to work with little supervision. The decline of the breed. During the 20th century, the Bardino Majorero nearly disappeared due to crossbreeding with imported dogs, declining traditional farming, urbanization, reduced need for working livestock dogs, and by the 1970s, purebred Bardino Majoreros had become very rare. So clearly, this is going to be a rare dog to get your hands on, and even know when you have one. And when we probably looked at him, we didn't know that that's what it was. Recovery and recognition. The breed's revival began in 1979 when breeders and enthusiasts organized the first major breed expedition in Gran Taraja, Fuerteventura. Conservation groups worked to locate pure dogs, establishing breeding programs, and preserve the breed. Important milestones include 1979, first official breed exhibition and conservation effort. So they really went through it to re-establish this dog, that's a great sign. 1994, official recognition by the RSCE as a native, which is like the brand, must be the breeding standard or like the kennel club for the Canary Islands. It's much longer. I just can't pronounce. I'll try. So recognition by the Real Sociedad Canina de España as a native Spanish breed. See, that was hard. I slaughtered it. Ongoing breeding programs continue to preserve the Bardino Majorero, although it remains uncommon outside the Canary Islands. Historical significance. Many Spanish canine historians believe the Bardino Majorero contributed greatly genetically to the development of the Presa Canario, particularly its brindle coloration, working ability, and livestock handling instincts, though the exact extent of its influence is still discussed. Today, the Bardino Majorero is regarded as a living symbol of Fuerteventura's pastoral heritage, a hardy, loyal, and fearless working dog that has served the island's farmers for centuries. I mean, as far as the Presa Canario and coming from the Canary Islands, it only makes sense because what other dogs do you have that were around and at the founding of a dog as strong as a working dog as strong as a Presa Canario? Okay, so now we're gonna get on to the traits or matter of fact, we'll get into amazing facts about the Bardino Majorero. The Bardino Majorero is one of the rarest and most fascinating working dog breeds in the world. Here are some of its most amazing facts. It comes from a volcanic island, which we read earlier. The Bardino Majorero originated in Fuerteventura, one of the oldest and driest islands in the Canary Islands. The breed evolved to work across sharp volcanic rock, scorching temperatures, and rugged terrain. What this lets me know is it can survive some hot climates. Don't know what it'd be able to do as far as cold, but it definitely can survive all. If it's from a volcanic island, it can survive all climates. Heated climates at least. It was bred to herd goats. Unlike many European herding dogs that work sheep, the Bardino specializes in managing large herds of goats, which are central to Fuerteventura's farming tradition. It could move stubborn animals while also protecting them from threats. Its coat can appear green. One of the breed's most unusual features is its brindle coat. In certain sunlight, the dark brindle hairs can appear to have a greenish sheen. This earned the dog the nickname Bardino, meaning greenish. It is incredibly heat tolerant, like I said. After centuries on a hot, dry island with limited water, the Bardino developed remarkable endurance. It can work for long periods in high temperatures that would exhaust many other breeds. It is an all-purpose farm dog. A single Bardino often performs several jobs: herding livestock, guarding farms and homes, protecting animals from predators and thieves, serving as a loyal family companion. Few breeds are as versatile. It has exceptional territorial instincts. The Bardino is famous for being calm with his family but naturally suspicious of strangers. This makes it an outstanding watchdog that rarely barks without reason. It is highly intelligent. Farmers value the breed because it could work independently without constant commands. It often made its own decisions while managing livestock over large areas. It helped shape other Canary Island dogs. Many historians believe the Bardino contributed to the development of other Canary Island breeds, including the Pera de Presa Canario, through historical crossbreeding. It is extremely rare. The breed nearly disappeared during the 20th century because imported breeds replaced traditional farm dogs. Conservation groups on Fuerteventura have worked to preserve the remaining population. It is recognized in Spain but not worldwide. The Bardino Majorero is recognized as a native Spanish breed by the Real Sociedad Canina de España, but it is not currently recognized by the Federation the FCI, as you already said. It has a unique way of sitting. Many Bardinos are known for sitting slightly off to one side while remaining alert and watching their surroundings, a trait that developed from centuries of guarding livestock. It has powerful grip strength. Although not bred as a fighting dog, the Bardino has a broad neck, strong jaw muscles, and relatively small head for its body. These features gave it excellent gripping ability while controlling livestock or defending property. Probably this dog is probably in more breeds than we know about. People have probably got their hands on one or two and put it in their program over the years. I guarantee it. If it has, even though it's not bred as a fighting dog, the working dogs really were the fighting dogs. I mean, I think everybody can say that they've seen that. Those make the best fighting dogs. It forms a very deep bond with one family. Owners often describe the Bardino as intensely loyal. It may be reserved with strangers, but it is affectionate and protective toward the people it knows. Overall, the Bardino Majorero is considered one of Europe's oldest surviving farm dogs, a hardy, intelligent, and versatile breed that has adapted to one of the world's harshest island environments while remaining relatively unknown outside its native Fuerteventura. Physical traits. The Bardino Majorero is a rare livestock guardian and farm dog from the Canary Islands, particularly the island of Fuerteventura. Its physical traits: size, medium to large. Males 22 to 25 inches, females slightly smaller. Weight 55 to 95 pounds. The build: muscular, athletic, and agile without being bulky. Coat: short, dense, weather-resistant coat. Color: most commonly brindle, Bardino, which it means brindle, ranging from dark gray to black with lighter stripes. Head: broad with a strong muzzle and powerful jaws. Eyes: medium-sized, intelligent, and alert. Tail: thick at the base and carried low when relaxed. Temperament: extremely loyal to his family, naturally protective of its home and livestock, wary of strangers, but not unnecessarily aggressive, calm and confident rather than hyperactive, highly intelligent and quick to learn, independent thinker due to his history of working without constant human direction, courageous and willing to stand up to predators or threats. Working abilities: excellent livestock guardian, skilled cattle and goat herder, strong territorial instincts, very sure-footed on rocky terrain, high endurance in hot, dry climates, excellent watchdog with keen awareness of its surroundings. Training: responds best to firm, consistent, and fair leadership. Benefits from early socialization. That's interesting. So that means you have to start this off early, and it's gonna go from there. This is a great dog. Learns quickly, but may question repetitive training. Not ideal for inexperienced dog owners because of its independence. And I'm not gonna lie, folks. What I see from a lot of dogs we look at, these aren't for the inexperienced owners. Not at all. We're kind of, we're at the engineering level, so you need to know what you're doing and need to be expecting to have to put in work with any of these dogs and breeds we discuss. Exercise needs. Requires 1 to 2 hours of daily physical activity. Enjoys hiking, herding work, tracking, and large fenced areas. I didn't know they could track. Can become bored and destructive if under exercised. When I see things like that, that's when you see people have these dogs and give the dog a bad name when they're not telling you, I haven't given this dog the right exercise or the right work, or I haven't put it to work. So now the dog's showing out, and then in turn, in the United States at least, they start labeling the breed a certain type of way when really people aren't working the dog correctly. Health. This breed is generally healthy due to generations of natural selection, but it can be prone to hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia, joint wear in older dogs, and obesity if under exercised. Unique characteristics. One of Spain's oldest native working dogs, exceptionally resilient in hot, arid environments, strong bond with its owner while remaining self-reliant. Distinctive brindle coat gives the breed its name. Bardino refers to brindle pattern. Quiet by nature, it typically barks only when it perceives a reason. Possesses excellent scenting ability and situational awareness, making an outstanding farm and property guardian. Overall, the Bardino is a tough, resilient, and dependable working dog, best suited to active owners with space and experience handling confident and experience in handling competent and protective breeds. What do I have next? We went over the health. The overall health, the life expectancy about 11 to 14 years. They are generally resistant to many common illnesses when given proper nutrition, exercise, and routine veterinary care. Obesity should be avoided because extra weight increases stress on their joints. If you're considering a Bardino Majorero puppy, ask the breeder whether the parents have been screened for hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia, or eye diseases. I did see something about, progressive retinal atrophy, a rare inherited eye disease that gradually causes vision loss and eventually blindness. Responsible breeders may perform eye examinations before breeding. So you do have to pay attention to the state of this dog's eyes. I think that's pretty much, I digress. That's pretty much everything I have.
Yeah, that was good reading, brother.
Yeah, great job, fellas.
Thank you. Ready? Salute. Ready?
Great job. Okay. Good job, fellas. You know what I mean? Shit. Well, let's get ready to bring out the assistant coach, Miss ChatGPT, and do what we do best, man. Go ahead and summarize everything, break everything down, and close it out. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll get it started. We'll get it started in here. All right. Boom. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it started, man. All right, if I mispronounce a word, bear with me. So it's is it Cimarron? What is that already?
Cimarron Uruguayo.
Okay, I'm just gonna say Cimarron, and then the other one is Bardino. So I'm just gonna say
there you go.
Cimarron and Bardino. That's all I'm gonna keep it at. Just keep it simple. All right. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. Origins, genetics, performance, working ability. Which primitive guardian is superior? All right, so here's a couple of pictures. A couple of pictures here. All right. Now, the Cimarron, right?
Yeah, Cimarron.
There we go. Cimarron. Okay. The Cimarron and the Bardino are two of the world's rarest working guardian breeds. Although both are rugged, Athletic molosser type dogs developed to survive in harsh environments. They evolved on opposite sides of the Atlantic and were shaped by completely different jobs. The Cimarron became South America's toughest wild survival dog before being reclaimed as a ranch guardian. The Bardino became an island livestock dog, protecting goats and sheep on the volcanic Canary Islands. Both are primitive, highly intelligent, and extremely loyal, but they represent two different philosophies of working dogs. Historical origins. The Cimarron country of origin. Was that Uruguay? Was that?
Yeah, Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay. Okay, age approximately 400 years. The Cimarron descends from Spanish and Portuguese war dogs brought into South America during the 1500s. These dogs include early Alanos, was that Liberian or
Iberian.
Yeah, Iberian Mastiffs, Spanish Bulldogs, large cattle dogs. When settlers abandoned ranches, thousands of dogs escaped into the wilderness. Unlike most domestic dogs, these animals were forced to survive completely on their own. For generations, they hunted wild boar, deer, cattle, horses, small mammals. Only the strongest, healthiest, smartest, and most aggressive survivors reproduce. Natural selection, not human breeding, created the Cimarron. Eventually, Uruguayan, what's that?
Uruguayan.
Uruguayan,
Yeah.
there we go. Uruguayan ranchers captured the toughest individuals and selectively bred them into today's national working breeds. Bardino, country of origin. What's that? Come on, ready.
Fuerteventura.
Fuerteventura, Canary
Yeah.
Islands. Thank you, sir. Spain. Estimate age 500 to 700 years. The Bardino evolved on isolated volcanic islands where livestock survival depended on one dependable dog. Its ancestors likely came from Iberian herding dogs, ancient mastiff types, primitive Mediterranean farm dogs. Isolations preserved the breed for centuries. Unlike the Cimarron, which was shaped by wilderness survival, the Bardino remained under constant human selection. Its primary jobs included herding goats, herding sheep, protecting livestock, guarding farms, eliminating predators. Because resources on the islands were scarce, inefficient dogs simply weren't bred. The result is one of Europe's most efficient farm guardians. Genetic background. Cimarron, approximate genetic influence. Spanish Alano, Iberian Mastiff, Old Spanish Bulldogs, Portuguese cattle dogs, several centuries of natural selection. One of the most genetically hardened molossers alive. The wilderness removed weak nerves, poor hips, poor stamina, low prey drive, poor intelligence. Before humans ever selected breeding stock. The Bardino. Estimated ancestry. Ancient Iberian shepherd dogs, primitive mastiff, livestock guardians, Mediterranean working dogs. Unlike many modern breeds, the Bardino has remained relatively unchanged for centuries. It possesses remarkably little aggression. Its body is built.
Exaggeration.
Exaggeration. Thank you, sir. Its body is built almost entirely for function. Physical comparison. We got trait, we got the Cimarron and the Bardino. Trait, height, Cimarron 22 to 24 inches, Bardino 22 to 25 inches. Trait, weight, Cimarron 75 to 100 pounds, Bardino 70 to 95 pounds. Trait, build, Cimarron heavy athletic molosser, Bardino lean athletic guardian. Trait, bone. Cimarron is heavy. Bardino, moderate. Trait, muscle. Cimarron, heavy. Cimarron, thick power. Bardino, dry, functional muscle. Trait, speed. Cimarron, high. Bardino, very high. Trait, endurance. Cimarron, excellent. Bardino, outstanding. The Cimarron carries noticeably more muscle mass. The Bardino carries less weight while maintaining exceptional athletic efficiency. Head structure. Cimarron, broad skull, powerful jaw, deep stop, thick muzzle, tremendous bite pressure. Designed to seize and hold large animals. She pretty much on point with the head structure, y'all?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. Then she got the Bardino, narrow skull, larger muzzle, tighter lips, excellent scenting ability, exceptional awareness, more similar to a primitive livestock guardian than a bulldog. So that makes about she's dead on it on that one too. She's right.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got the temperament, the Cimarron, extremely confident, protective, fearless, highly territorial, naturally suspicious, very loyal, very serious worker. This is not a social butterfly. She on point?
Yeah. This isn't a dog that wants to be friends.
Okay, so this is a very independent dog.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bardino, calm, observant, independent, patient, highly intelligent, less explosive, more calculating, excellent judgment around livestock. So this is more of a social dog, even though it likes to be independent at the same time.
Right. And it's highly aggressive.
From what I take, it likes to be independent. I mean, it's social, but when it's time to work, it understands that. So then it kicks into like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm working right now. But if it's not working, it seems like it's gonna be a great, loyal, social dog.
Yeah, like good companion type dog, huh?
Yes, sir. It seems like it has the IQ to kind of be able to tell what situation it's in and activate from there.
Okay.
Sounds like it has a good on and off switch. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, right.
Okay, here we go. Intelligence. The Cimarron, very high working intelligence, makes independent decisions, excellent memory, strong problem solving, may challenge inexperienced handlers. She on that with the Cimarron intelligence?
Yep.
She miss anything? Everything's down on point?
Nah, she ain't miss nothing.
All right. We got the Bardino, arguably slightly more naturally intelligent. Centuries of managing livestock independently required exceptional decision making. Known for reading livestock, anticipating danger, working without commands, adapting quickly. On point?
Yeah.
On point.
All right. Protective instincts. The Cimarron, protecting rating 5-star. One of South America's finest natural guardians. Will immediately confront intruders. Extremely courageous. She gave it 5 stars. Is she on it?
Yep. Serious dog. Serious.
What I take is that, your Cimarron is more. This is the one that you wouldn't have introduced into everybody, and you wouldn't socialize so much as you could to Bardino.
Yeah. I mean, if it's confronting intruders off the top, yeah, you probably couldn't socialize that with anybody outside the family at all.
Nope.
Because it's automatically saying, oh, intruder, oh, stranger, let's check them.
Facts immediately.
And then we got the Bardino, the protection rating, 4 out of 5 stars. Protects through awareness first, prefers intimidation over immediate violence. Very dependable with livestock. She right about that?
Yes, sir. It seems like the Bardino has that
can get with the Cimarron as far as an intruder, but it's like it's an activation. It's not just automatic. It seems like you don't have to activate them.
Yeah, like the awareness, like like the awareness of, okay, should I attack or should I just warn? Is more on the Bardino side than
Shit.
that.
Some of the ones that I seen on video, them joints is aggressive as hell. Like they're on. Them
Yeah,
joints is like turned on.
I'll believe it. I think that the Bardino is the one where I think they have a good understanding though. I think like they know like, okay, this person's doing some weird shit, so now I'm tripping. Versus the Cimarron probably is always pressured. The Bardino probably you probably activates once certain shit is going on. Like certain, say you have them in a fenced in area. The Bardino might activate on getting close to the fence. Meanwhile, the Cimarron tripping while you're just even in the area. I think the Bardino can make a game time decision. It's better at game time decisions.
Okay.
Nah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown. I like that too. Okay, here we go. Bite style. Cimarron, grip and hold style. Powerful crushing bite. Excellent fighting determination. All right?
Yeah.
Bardino, quick defensive bites, fast recovery, more mobile, less interested in prolonged combat. Sounds about right?
Yeah, he gonna get in, kick ass, and get the hell out of there.
Bro, like I ain't got time.
Yeah, he gonna do his thing. Hopefully you ski skirt. Other than that, he's sticking and moving. Okay. Prey drive. Cimarron, very high. Historically hunted for survival. Strong pursuit instincts. Excellent catch dog. Make sense?
Yeah, they hunted for their prey. They're like a wild dog in real life. They're really wild dogs. Like they really had to get out there and survive.
They gotta be like wolves, huh?
Facts.
Yeah. Bardino, moderate to high. Predatory enough to control livestock and dispatch pests. More restrained. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Athletic ability. Cimarron, excellent. Combined strength, speed, agility, jumping ability. Can work all day. Sounds about right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then we got the Bardino. Outstanding, built for volcanic terrain, exceptional endurance, balance, climbing, acceleration. Rarely waste energy. Sounds about right?
Yeah, and that's very interesting about the built for the volcano terrain. Like that heat on their paws.
Yeah. They gotta have some serious fucking pads.
Hell
I was just gonna say, I guarantee if we look up the padding on this dog probably got an extra thick pad.
Facts.
These both of these dogs are really like would be great foundational dogs if you're starting, if you're cooking.
Factors.
Yeah. They definitely got some good genetics for serious working dogs. Yeah. Some serious, both of them do actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy because you usually don't see this much balance between two different dogs from different parts of the world.
But because we're doing a lot of these working dogs, we're amazed. Actually, I know I am amazed by, like these dogs' attributes, these true working dogs, you know what I'm saying? But again, it makes sense because them dogs are really working. So over time, it's only the strong is going to survive and be bred anyway.
I was just gonna say, they came like we were talking about in the other classes before you have the Western society's version of the show and all this different way they're breeding and promoting breeds. Dogs and the regulations and rules and animal cruelty, what's ruled animal cruelty, all that. Before all this comes into play, dogs just had to be what they had to be to survive and be here today. So when we look at all these working breeds, it's like, that they had to handle because back then it was more humans were more hands on. You got to do what you got to do because I'm also in a different working. Humans work different, you know,
Yeah.
back then. So now these dogs, they just are straight working and have proven themselves for us to even be having a conversation about them today.
Yep. Yep. And for them to even be bred, you know, they had to be doing something for you to even want to continue breeding them. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's why, you know, these dogs that we're learning about are just, you know, exceptional damn dogs. When you look at them, when you look deep at their engineering, it's like, wow. You know, like you said, like, man, we can use that one, we can use this one. So many different dogs that's out there that a lot of us don't have no clue about until we, you know, we break them down like we do. So shout out to the classroom.
You
Uh,
know,
Go ahead.
I got a little crazy observation is as mankind becomes more technologically advanced, like we have, like, you know, all these technological jumps, it's crazy how the working of the dog has declined because of that. That's just crazy because look, all these dogs we look at, when you look at the times and what they had to do to be here, it's like these dogs were really, you know, as modern times, they were really stepping in their time. They really had to be steppers. And we're losing this because of we need them less, if that makes sense. It's just crazy. It's just a crazy observation that you keep learning as we study these dogs.
Yeah, but once
Yep,
a dog doesn't
that's
have a job,
facts.
yeah, once a dog doesn't have a job and they become pets, then you know they lose. You know, it's just like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the gym shooting and you ain't over there scrimmaging and playing ball, then you're gonna lose your ability to be a fucking top tier athlete. You know, it is what it is. Same thing with these dogs. You know, over time, you know, it gets about, oh, I want them to look a certain type of way. Now you breeding for looks. So all the athletic ability is not a priority no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I hope that everybody who's in the class and everybody who, you know, we come in cahoots with on our mission, I hope that this motivates everybody because this is kind of serious, bro. Like honestly, looking towards the future is serious. That there are some men out there that we keep the working dogs alive, like on a real, like not on an Instagram, YouTube show level. I'm talking about in real life because goddamn, we're losing a lot of grit in our dogs by this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody becomes motivated to keep whatever working, because I see it between everybody who's, especially guys in the class. But I hope that this motivates everybody to keep this shit moving because we're weakening dogs for no reason. We're gonna need these. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a purpose.
Yeah. Well, you know, they are us as dogmen. We just have to, you know, find jobs to showcase all these working abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. You know, a lot of people that don't do things with their dogs. So then, of course, you don't get to see what them dogs can actually do, and then actually refine them and better, you know, them in the process. And then not only that, pass on those genetics. So if you don't have a job for your dog to do, then how are you going to be able to test all these different things that we learn about these dogs? Because these dogs have to live in these environments to be tested, to survive. So we as dogmen are going to have to put things together, especially when we have these performance dogs, to keep them fucking tested and you know, at their peak shape comes with their genetics.
Man, well put, brother. Well put. I think now, if you're not working, say you don't have a farm, because not everybody's into farming or whatever it may be. I think now that what we got to replace that with to keep this alive is the right type of simulation competition. We have
Yep.
to simulate this for these dogs, you know, because you can use technology to do so. You know, we've discussed it, but we need to simulate a working. If you're not on a farm or not doing, you don't have your dog in that type of world. I think we need to simulate the working. What's the word I'm looking for? The working facility or working type scenario for them, so we
Yeah.
can keep this shit alive.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
they gotta keep doing what they were built for.
Yep. I agree. I agree. All right, let's hit the health. Cimarron, generally healthy. Main concerns: hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia, obesity. Life expectancy 11 to 13 years. Bardino, extremely hardy. Common issues are minimal. Life expectancy 12 to 14 years. One of Europe's healthiest working breeds. That makes sense for the both of them? Health?
Yeah.
Definitely does. You know, volcanic, anything around a volcano, if you guys notice, is pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir.
Especially if you live in that heat. Climate adaptation. Cimarron excels in grassland, forest, humid climates, hot summers, handles cold responsibly well. Excuse me, reasonably well.
Reasonably, yeah.
That's reasonably well. Excuse me. Bardino, designed for volcanic rock, intense heat, drought, limited water. One of the toughest heat tolerant working dogs. Okay.
Fire.
Yeah, that's super fire. Literally for them. Working performance. Livestock guardian, winner, Bardino. Calmer, better judgment, superior stock management. Catch dog, winner, Cimarron. More powerful, harder bite, greater determination. Personal protection, winner, Cimarron. More naturally confrontational, higher defensive aggression. Farm utility, winner, Bardino. Can herd, guard, patrol, think independently. A true multi-purpose farm dog. Wilderness survival, winner, Cimarron. Its entire history was built through natural survival. Very, very few domestic breeds can match that evolutionary pressure. Genetic strengths, Cimarron, strength, courage, pain tolerance, prey drive, bite power, muscle development, recovery ability. Makes sense for the Cimarron with his strengths?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Had
All
to
right.
be built tough for that wilderness pressure.
Yeah, facts.
Feral dog.
Then we got the Bardino strengths, endurance, intelligence, agility, heat tolerance, livestock instincts, efficiency. She on it with that, with the Bardino?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I was gonna say when they stress that this dog can deal with goats, I don't know who has dealt with a goat, but that's a stubborn animal when it wants to, very stubborn animal when it wants to be. So this lets you know this dog has a high IQ and patience and can be very patient.
That's a good point. Yeah, them male ghosts want to ram your ass too. Now watch them motherfuckers.
Yeah, them joints is evil.
All the good shit, all the, all the little waste time, try to pick with you because they, certain farm animals have that trait, and a goat is one of them. So that's why I believe they stress that, because it takes patience not to just, the dog knows he can obliterate the goat, but he probably just deals with him and herds him. And
Yeah,
that takes some level of IQ.
definitely. Yep. And you got the weaknesses. The Cimarron can be stubborn, dominant, high prey drive, requires experienced handling. Does that make sense for the weakness? You think she missed or
Yep.
when you add? Okay.
That's because it's like that wolf.
I was just gonna say, if you have any dog that you, and when you say borderline feral, you know that dog, if it gets with an owner, it's gonna be like, in his head, I run already in the wild. Like I already run with, I damn near might run into whatever's native in that area. I'm battling with it. So now as my human or whatever however you want to word it, might test you, might try you if senses, because it's running with the real animals on the regular.
Yep.
That joint probably mixed with them shits.
Yeah,
Like
really.
wolves and whatever other canid species it could on that island.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be extra hardy out there.
Straight up. Yep. Natural selection out there. They doing whatever it takes. Shit. Then you got the Bardino, independent, slower to trust strangers, not as physically overpowering, uncommon outside of Spain. She's on that shit when it comes to weakness.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
sounds
curious.
about right.
I'm curious what would happen if you throw a Bardino in cold climate. Can it survive?
It has
Because
a fur coat.
it does. It has that weather resistant coat, but you just notice they say, all out of everything I've seen, they say nothing about it. So I'm kind of curious, because one thing when as a previous presser owner, my pressers, I mean, I had them in Wisconsin, so I've never owned any pressers in California. So in Wisconsin, if anybody knows, cold, and the pressers back there, they were surviving and doing just fine. Like they weathered the snow. So I'm curious if the Bardino probably can do it. They just don't. They're nowhere near that climate to find out.
Yeah, they probably definitely can do it. But to what degree is really what we're trying to figure out, like how
Exactly.
can it handle,
Yeah, what is the threshold so I know, like as an engineer, all of us we think an engineer. So what's my threshold so I know if I need to add something to this when I'm cooking, if I need to bring in something that, it can sustain it.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good way to look at it too. Okay, so here we go. Which breed wins? Raw power, Cimarron. Athletic efficiency, Bardino. Protection, Cimarron. Livestock work, Bardino. Hunting, Cimarron. Intelligence, Bardino. It says slight edge though. So they're damn near neck and neck. Endurance, Bardino. Bite power, Cimarron. Versatility, Bardino. Okay. She about right with that? Would you change anything?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
It
Shit.
sounds it sounds about right, but I think on some of them they're gonna be neck and neck.
Yeah, because they kind of mad similar.
You know what I mean? So I
They
think
do
that
similar shit.
I
Yeah.
think I think that I think that both of them would surprise anybody if you flip the script on the environment and what they're doing. I think both of them will have, I think the scales can topple a little bit on that, but overall, I think she's right.
Okay.
I'll fucking mix both of them shits together.
We'll make you a hybrid. All right, here we go. Final verdict. The Cimarron is essentially a naturally selected South American catchdog and guardian. Centuries of surviving in the wild produced a breed with exceptional courage, physical power, prey drive, and resilience. It excels at personal protection, controlling livestock, and confronting dangerous animals, making it one of the toughest working molosers in the Americas. The Bardino represents a different kind of excellence. Rather than relying on brute strength, it was refined through generations of practical farm work on the Canary Islands. Its advantage lie in intelligence, endurance, agility, livestock management, and energy efficiency. It is a highly versatile guardian capable of working long days in harsh conditions with minimal direction. If your priority is raw power, intimidation, and catch dog performance, the Cimarron is the stronger choice. If your priority is all around farm utility, endurance, independent decision making, and long term working efficiency, the Bardino has the edge. Both breeds remain among the finest examples of primitive functional working dogs, developed not for appearance, but for generations of demanding real world performance. See that? I like that at the end. Developed not for appearance, but for generations of demanding real world performance. That's what we should be focused on as engineers of high performance working dogs is frames, brains, motors. Appearance is an extra credit. If we get a great looking dog and a superior performer, man, you done hit the jackpot. But if you get a superior performer and it's an okay looking dog, or it might be an ugly dog, but it performs at the highest peak level, man, we still hit the damn fucking lottery at the end of the day because performance is over everything.
Yes, sir. Shit, I wonder if you do mix both of them together, are you making your own presser?
Oh, that's interesting to know.
That definitely that was I'm sure I was just thinking something like that because what's crazy about them saying is that this is the ancestor of oppressor is the difference in the appearance of the two dogs, the Bardino and the Oppressor. There's similarity in this coat in some of the traits, but size wise, what else did they throw in that Oppressor to turn it? Well, I mean, we can figure it out, but y'all get what I'm saying. So now the Cimarron, if you mix them two, is it gonna fulfill the shoes that whatever made that goddamn Oppressor?
Hmm.
Word.
Hmm.
Shit.
And then who took a Cimarron in South America and ran that through whatever they had going on down there, and we are looking at a breed that we don't know, but the Cimarron's a because I didn't hear anything about the Cimarron being like an ancestor of any great breeds from down there. But same time, somebody used that goddamn dog because it's too good of a dog.
Nah, I think they did use that dog and some of those other dogs out there.
Somebody they had to have. It sounds like a pillar
Cause
from
some
South
of them,
America.
I ain't gonna lie, some of them Cimarrons look like other dogs that we seeing.
I definitely
Some of
can
them look
see
like
that.
pressers.
Yeah,
Some of them look like, I wouldn't even say corsos, but around some of them do look like that. Like they got that size. They don't got like that jaw though, but the jaw is usually like the presser.
yeah. They
That
might be
catch shit.
they might be in that Alano Espanol because
Yep.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
They brought Alanos there to the island to mate with with the Cimarrons, the feral Cimarrons.
See, so they've done some cooking for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen a Bardino before. I feel like, but probably haven't. But I've seen you. I know I know out here. I've seen that brindle coat with the white patches, white paws, with the with the two colored eyes. I've seen that dog a lot, and a lot of people ruled those as a mutt. But the whole time, what was that?
Nah, that shit's out there, bro. Cause you see it in the presser, the pressers that got that coat, that fur. That's from the Bardino.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's it's crazy, bro. It's just I'm always amazed and intrigued every time we bring these breeds up.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Another great topic.
Shit, I wonder if your boy Mr. Morales know that about his pressers. That the Bardino made that joint.
Oh man, he'll say no. He'll probably no way. You know what I mean? Who knows what Mr. Morales will say? You know what I mean?
You guys are gonna make me go watch that damn interview because I briefly
Gotta be watching that joint though. You
I
gotta stay informed, see what's going on.
oh yeah, no, we definitely touched on it. I was definitely briefed on the whole situation or the whole little show or whatever. But I'm gonna have to check it out, man, because I'm a presser. You know I'm a presser man. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's like let me
No
see
doubt.
what's going on. I've had variations of pressers where, like right now, when we talk about the Bardino, my boy, my last girl, her dad had that Bardino bite. He wasn't no big old presser. He was not a big. He was not even as big as some of his counterparts that were probably litter mates. He wasn't as big. He was more of the agile speed, whatever. But then he produced all the variations of the presser, and then the coats was definitely my girl was brindle, but the coats was those brindle. So this right here for me is like I'm touching on something that I've been dealing with and didn't even know it.
Well, you know what you should do when you get a chance. Go, I guess watch that live or whatever, and then also go to Mr. Morales' channel and just watch some of his stuff. He's a preservationist, presser breeder, and he has a lot of conflict with other different presser breeders, and he stands as an authority, as that's what he claims. So since you are someone who's into oppressors, see if what he says makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely check him out. You know what I'm saying? He just has a very strong opinion, and to me, he's not always right. But who am I to teach an old dog new tricks, right? But for you as a presser guy, he might have something that might resonate with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check them out. But like I said, I think we're looking at some of the founders of that breed because I don't know who knows, but there's a lot of mysteries on how the press is made. You know what I'm saying? So now Bardino is this is the first dog where I've heard like, okay, I mean, besides the Elant, now we know the Elant is in everything. But this is the first time I'm seeing a father of the presser because they say a few of those, like even the Argentino, if people do the research, the numbers in what make any of those dogs is like there's sometimes it's 25 breeds. So to say, you know, when we speak on hybrid vigor, that's hybrid vigor. If we speak, you know what I mean? So come on now, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can't trace exactly to the point what 25, because there's a lot of breeds in the presser too. They can't never pinpoint it because you have, for instance, in an island, you have different parts of the island, and you have people owning maybe some of the same dogs, but then having different dogs. So when they're adding whatever their sauce is to that, and the other side of the island's adding their sauce, and then they take whatever sauce they cooked up and add them to each other, you have different variate. That's where the variations is coming from.
Yep. Yep. You got the gumbo of genetics.
So who's to say? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing that like in coaching the class, you guys helped me realize this in my time of getting involved in this, is that there is like everything is playing at the same time. It's a real lottery, and you cannot sit there and be like, okay, this is a purebred and it's only this type. No, dogs have variations because people were adding what they wanted to add. Those engineers were doing what they were doing in real time. So you know what I mean? Like everything's playing in all these dog breeds, and anybody who tries to deny that, it's like, come on now. You know, you can preserve your breed, but your breed is gonna have variations, hence different dogs that you might not even believe are in your dog. You know what I'm saying? It's everything playing, man.
Yeah.
Bingo. Again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we try to instill and teach in all of us who are engineers, to know that, you know, shit, these different dogs that we learn about is a lot of multiple different type of dogs that's intertwined into these dogs, you know, and because not everybody's using the same dogs, you know, they might have similar dogs, but they're not the same, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, shit, whatever location you're at dictates the type of dogs that you have, and the breeding pool, the gene pool too, that you have, you know. So I can move, like you said, like I can move from one island to the next and bring my dogs over there. Now I got a whole different variant than you guys have on this island, you know. And now you guys, now y'all running with my shit, you know what I'm saying? So now we added another variant, even though they look the same, right? They all look the same.
Exactly. You know, a lot of people who have dealt with dogs over the years, real dog men, we all know that everybody kind of did that. You took two dogs, or you had some blood, you mixed it, whatever, boom, you went off on your way. Granddaughters and grandsons later, you came back and you ran into your guy and you said, hey man, you know, I think that would look good with, let's put it together. And so now, you know what I'm saying, this is generations and variances down the road. We ran again, and now we came with whatever we came with, off the results off of that. This is what was happening, because this is what people do. This is what dog men do.
Bro, that's just like when we was looking at the bully cutters and shit. Remember, I showed you that small ass bully cutter that was fighting the pit.
Yeah, yep. So you showed a few variances, bro.
Yeah, they got all different types and styles and variances. Bully
almost to the point where if you're not getting advanced in this engineering and studying, you're gonna say that's not the same dog. And I think that this has happened over the years. You know what I'm saying? I think that like even we'll use AK. I've personally seen people say, oh, that's not this, that's not that. That he's a variant of what can be produced in his line. Period. You know what I'm saying? He might have a litter mate that didn't come out a freaking nation like him. And people are like, oh no, that's a whole there's no way that's. Listen, the variants from the same dog can look completely different. They might have a couple similarities, but come on now. There's bully cutters that don't look like bully cutters to the ones we bully cutters, whatever bully cutters. They don't look like the ones that we were just showing, that like Reddy was showing me something that looked nothing like that. Completely different build, but it's still a bully cutter.
Right. And especially if they're not tightly bred, if you're not concentrating your genes on the same shit, so that you can get uniform dogs. And if you got variants in your gene pool, you're gonna get a litter of variances. You know, and that's just a fact.
100. Yeah, that's a fact. And then once again, when you get your litter, depending on who you breed out of that, is going to create more. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get what you get out of what you pick out of the breed out of that.
Yep.
This is, you know, everything plays, man.
That's how they was breeding these working dogs. That's how they were breeding them. You know what I'm saying? The dogs that can work, let's say we might only had 2 dogs, right? We might only had 2 dogs, but then our neighbor had, a dog that was, because we're all farmers and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had a dog, and went to your neighbor like, hey man, my dog's getting old, man. You think we can go ahead and breed him up? Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Shit, we don't give a fuck. We ain't looking for papers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Your dog can work, my dog can work, man. Let's breed them. I need some puppies. Then, we kept them all and we seen which ones is going to work, and we did what we did.
I was just gonna say, and guaranteed, because those guys were much more during the older times, people were much more straightforward. It was like, okay, I got this litter. Say I have a litter of 7. These 3 right here don't work. They don't do shit. They're whatever. I don't really approve of them. I'm not rebreeding those. But these 4 over here, they're working. I'm breeding those. And then the guy from the other litter did that, and same shit, selected, but kept, but variants is being produced at the same time.
Word. And they were more work efficient over there. Their mind was more about working because they had to make money to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, going into the history of the Presa, I don't know too much about the Cimarron, but that island within itself, if you look up the history of the island, a lot of those islands, there's been Caribbean islands, South American islands, islands all over the world. But those islands that we now talk about, there were so many different little wars fought over a little plot of land that the dogs involved and the people that had to survive after, so their people conquered it or whatever, because there was a lot of little fights over these islands. They had to be, everybody had to be tough and everybody had to work hard. Because after we conquer it, now we got to rebuild farms. We got to, shit like that. So I think that all these areas, as far as geographically, they had, it's just the historical meaning behind any of those islands that established themselves. Those people were fighting and doing all type of shit to survive, and those dogs had to follow suit.
Yeah, nah, no doubt. And they did say this: the Cimarrons that they did keep, they had them on the Uruguayan army. So them shits was more than tough.
Yeah, it makes sense. I know the Pressas. There's a historical fact with the Pressa Canario that they conquered the island with the dog, like, or whatever happened. That's how it got the name. So you just know that the Bardino being there originally, being there before that, probably, what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Everything getting tested, man.
For sure. Okay. Well, shit, we gonna kill this one, man. Great class. Good job, panel. Definitely want to say salute to the chat, for you guys participating. You guys have any ideas for future classes? I always recommend you guys put it in the chat. Reddy would definitely consider you guys' topics as we set up the future classes. It's great to learn about these different dogs, and only here is where you're going to get that reverse engineering, the full breakdown, and the full understanding. So hopefully we can trigger you guys to, think the same for your program. You know what I mean? As engineers, just think outside the box to create the circle. Now that we know things that we probably didn't know before, now it's like, you should look at your program a little bit differently now. I know I do. There's a lot of dogs that I didn't know even existed, now that I'm even thinking about adding to my program, because, I want to create these super superior type dogs. And if there's DNA out there that has the traits, I mean, shit, we need to go and get them, that type shit. But if you never knew about them, you would never know to get them. So,
you know what they say, that half of the battle in any type of being successful in anything is information.
Yeah, G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. Remember that, G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle?
Yeah, so if you haven't seen or heard of some shit, how the fuck do you even know? You know what I'm saying? You just don't know.
Yeah,
you local.
Yeah, you local. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, hey, it's crazy that you say that, because as I started to get into the Mastiffs, for me, it was the Mastiffs that started to make me looking around the world at the different dogs. I first, when I started to deal with Mastiffs and looking at their originals, then I started realizing there was a pattern with every piece of the world had a working fucking dog that somehow I mean, maybe people over here did always know, maybe our elders did know, but I for sure, and I mean, I will say our elders did know, but I would have never known nothing about all these different pockets of working dogs all over the globe.
Yeah, me neither. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Me neither.
And we fuck around and, you know.
Yeah, Ready always was waking me up about different dogs, you know what I'm saying? So now that, you know, we have our class and we've expanded, you know, now we reverse engineering and doing these different verses and stuff like that. And I mean, there's more and more dogs out there that will probably blow our mind. Like, damn, they got that too. They can do that too. Those exist. So, which is pretty dope.
It's funny, a lot of these dogs are like herders, most of them.
That's really the super dog. If that's what I learned, it started, like I said, when you look at the Kangal, the Caucasian Shepherd, when you look at those and their abilities, you start to realize like, the dog that can really run a farm is really gonna be the all around better working dog than a dog that can't. And if it's not a farm, the dog that has to work, period, to survive in any habitat. But a lot of these herders and these dogs that were meant for protecting shepherds who had sheep and shit in crazy climates, whatever they had to protect, whether it was goats, sheep, those shepherds produced some of the hardest dogs we know to man today. Period. And it wasn't by beating them, misfeeding them, nothing. It was by the environment and the working environment they had them in. If you got to fight a wolf, use a hard motherfucker. If your enemy's a wolf, use a hard motherfucker. If your enemy's a cougar, if your enemy's a bear, use a hard motherfucker.
And man,
you know what I mean? And or if your enemy, or if, like the Bora Bora, if you got to sniff out the most dangerous snake, use a hard motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep. So, again, great class, fellas. Anything you guys want to say to the chat before we close out?
shit. Great class, great class. Salute to the chat. See y'all next week for another great epic show.
Salute to the chat.
Yeah, word.
Salute Ready, salute Coach, salute everybody that you know that's in the chat.
Yep, another one in the books, man. Another great one in the books, man. Great job, panel. You guys did a great job, man. Great show. All right, fellas. You know, we'll close it out, man. Love y'all, man. Until next Thursday, man. We out.
Have a safe weekend, everybody. Happy 4th. Whether you celebrate or not.
Happy 4th of July. Word.
Please, nobody blow off no hands and nothing with the fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a safe one. Tuck your dogs. I know my dog doesn't like fireworks. I got to put him in the house. So, you know, everybody enjoy your weekend, man.
Yes, enjoy, man. Be safe.
Peace.
Peace.
Listen, do some work. Do some work. Why? Do some work. Why? Do some work. Do some work. Get some blood on your shirt. Do some work. Get some blood on your shirt. Do some work. Get some blood on your shirt. Do some work. Get some blood on your shirt. Do some work. Get some blood on your shirt. Take off your skirt. Yeah, don't flirt. Get it in. Yeah, it's time to win. Yes, it's time to get up. Yes, it's time to win. Yes, free from sin, born again. Do some work, get some blood on your shirt. It's so frightening, it's exciting. When I get it, then it strikes like lightning. Electricity, do some work. Don't be afraid to get blood on your shirt. Yeah, sometimes it hurts, but I guarantee it works. Ooh, don't flirt, don't wear a skirt. Be a man, please understand. It's time to work, it's time to do additions. It's time to work, it's time to go on missions. Stay in tune with the God, fuck the squad. If you ain't in tune with us, yeah, I go solo, don't you know though? So 100 nation, that's for sure though. I do the work, I get the blood on my shirt, oh my God, yes it squirts. But I let it release, I get the peace. Oh my God, I slay them devils, rest in peace. Till they lay down and deceased. And do some work, get some blood on your shirt. I don't acknowledge no shit that is fake. I can't stand police niggas, they're jakes. Yes, you cannot relate. Sometimes you do the math that doesn't equate. Oh my God, heaven's sakes. Oh my God, what the hell, yeah. What's the smell? I don't smell shit, cause you don't know how to do nothing. You don't know how to do it. Nigga, quit, forfeit, lay it down. Shh, don't make a sound. Yes, I'm profound and I get it in. Yes, we're born to win. I said, do some work, get some blood on your shirt. It's a soldier's life, nigga, blood on your shirt. Fuck all the laughing shit, fuck all the flirts, fuck all the play shit, fuck all the skirts. We not feminine, we not like women. We like men, we get it, then we born again. Stop that shit, please, stop that shit. Do some work and get some blood on your shirt. Don't make me shake you up, don't make me wake you up, don't make me slam you down, lay you to the ground. Shake you up, take the bitch out of you, lift you up, take the bitch out of you. I pursue to take the bitch out of you. I pursue to take the bitch out of you. Ladies, don't be afraid. Fuck these niggas, don't be they slave. Yes, they'll take you down to the grave. Listen, bitches, don't be they slave. Fuck with a king, be a queen. Come through, move like a machine. Stay mean and stay clean. Look up in the sky, yes, have a dream. Martin Luther King, the God that flows through me. Yes, they call me T-E-E-S-I-R-E. Sire, oh, I'm on fire. Lightning strikes, I ain't no liar. I speak the truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Press rewind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Press rewind. Yes, it strikes through the spine. It strikes through the roof. It's the truth. Mathematics, get it in. Mathematics, get again. 1, 2, 3.